Guys, today we've got Supreme Nike SB Dunk lows coming. Kanye West announced a new solo album, and the Travis Scott Jordan 1 low situation is crazy. Welcome to Sneaky Sundays. This weekend was absolute madness. There was so many different releases, so let's recap them. First one is the CPFM Nike collab. They dropped it exclusively in the US, which is really annoying because I liked a lot of these clothing pieces. Let me know if you grabbed anything. Yesterday we had the Triple Black Noctas drop. These were insanely hard to get your hands on. I thought it was going to be relatively easy. For some reason, I don't even know why. They all flew out of stock. Let me know if you picked up a pair of these. And then probably one of the most random and bizarre releases was the freaking Wu-Tang dunks that shock dropped on the Nike sneakers app. This seemed very unnecessary considering how stacked the weekend was of releases, but hey, I mean, whoever picked these things up, that's a pretty big W because they're not going to officially be globally releasing until October. And then we had the Travis Scott Jordan 1 low medium olives, and these are just, it's a little bit depressing at this point. So build up to the release, this was supposed to be the highest stocked Jordan 1 Travis Scott release ever, or any Jordan Travis Scott collaboration. It was rumored to be close to 200,000 pairs, 180 to be exact according to Stash Seekers. So this would literally quantify as the best chance we've ever had at grabbing a pair of these Jordan 1 lows. And things were looking pretty good. You know, the resale price kind of reflected that. Before the drop, they were going for a somewhat decent price, at least considering it's a Travis Scott Jordan 1 low collaboration. If you do take a look at this little graph, you can see there's a little dip here. This is right before the release, and then it kind of goes back up to a little bit more of an uncomfortable price point. Now, this spike is because hardly anybody managed to get these things, and it looks like the main reason is the freaking backdooring. This is a photo from a sneaker reseller, and there is just hundreds, potentially even 1,000 pairs over here. I mean, these shots just go on and on. Maybe there's a thousand, like maybe there's a couple thousand. It is absolutely insane. And this was posted before the drop, meaning they got all of their inventory way before these things officially dropped on Travis Scott's website or the Nike sneakers app. And this is just one singular reseller. There's obviously a bunch more. If they're selling them to one sneaker reseller, typically they're going to be doing it to a bunch more. So realistically, how many actually released through the Nike sneakers app and through Travis Scott's website? We're not entirely sure, but stuff like this seems to happen every single Travis Scott release, and it only seems to be getting worse. This has to be the worst case of it I have ever seen for a Travis Scott drop. Just considering one person has this many, and then this is probably the reason why they were selling so early on places like StockX and Go, and why the price was so low, because so many people had backdoor pairs. Now, I know that backdooring is very common. It's always existed with these hyped up sneaker releases, but I want to know from you guys, how frustrating is it to see this, especially after you spend your Saturday morning entering raffles and going for different sneaker drops and waking up early to hit the sneakers app, take the L, and then pull up your phone and see posts like this. I want to know if this is a contributing factor to people's growing frustration with Nike. I know that we talk about the whole innovation side of things and the stagnant releases of always dropping retros, but does stuff like this contribute to your frustration with Nike as a brand on the whole? Let me know down in the comment section, but yeah, hey, if you managed to get the Travis Scotts for retail, let me know down in the comment section. Also love to hear that. Right, we've got a couple of releases right around the corner looking pretty solid for October, so let's get into this upcoming stuff, and we're going to start it off with the Tekken 8 Nike Air Foamposite 1. This is slated for an October 4th release, and these things are looking pretty solid. I do like the whole Tekken collaboration. I think the packaging is really good, and I think the details on this is very subtle, but at the same time plays very nicely into this collab. This collaboration is not going to be easy to get your hands on. If you could take a look over here on House of Heat, they said that the previous colorway was exclusively launched at Evo in 2024, and this pair in particular is going to see a slightly wider release through select Nike StockX like Sneaker Politics, but an actual Nike sneakers app or Nike.com release is yet to be confirmed. This one's a little bit random because they're kind of restocking some Kobe's, so the Nike Kobe 8 Team Bank collection is going to be restocking on the 1st. So that's, I believe, this upcoming Tuesday, and that's pretty much it. I think they're going to, you know, kind of restock on the Nike sneakers app or the Nike app. I also think that different regions get different pairs. Like I believe here in the UK, we only got like the gray and maybe the navy colorway. The rest of them were all out in the US. So if anybody who missed out on the first one, maybe you're going to be after this restock again October 1st. On October the 4th as well, we're going to be getting the Nigo Nike Air Force 3 low. This is the multicolor ones. We have official images and everything like that. We spoke about this last week, but the main thing I want to talk about is that with this colorway, there's going to be more. So this is kind of like the first launch one that's going down, along with all of the clothing that's very colorful as well. But we're also going to be getting this pair right over here, which is pretty interesting. This is the light British tan colorway. There's a little bit more going on, but I do like the toned down look of this just in terms of colors, but in terms of materials, they hiked the extremism up quite a bit. So now you've got like pony hair or some kind of fur all over the upper. You do have, I mean, these are solid full colors. I'm not gonna lie, the colors itself is decent, but this freaking hairy upper is looking pretty wild. Along with all of the light tan hair that you're getting on these things, you're also going to be getting some kind of like printed or embossed leather, got like some kind of print stuck on there, which I think look a little bit interesting. It makes these things stand out a bit more. And just overall, I think from afar, these things could look good. When you come up close and you see all the craziness going on, then it gets to be like, damn, these things are looking pretty wild. Just to note that we have seen Nigo himself wearing some different colorways, so we're gonna get more than those, you know, the toy Play-Doh ones. We're gonna get more. I like the marketing behind this collaboration. They dropped like some really dope trailers and stuff like that, but there's no specific release date for this, just at some point holiday this year. We just got some detailed looks at the very first 2025 Jordan 1. For some reason, the first Jordan 1 of the year has always kind of stamped in my memory, so this is the first one that we're going to be getting. It's the deep royal blue Air Jordan 1 High. Now, as far as I know, this is going to be part of the Rare Air pack, so we know that we're getting Jordan 3s and Jordan 4s, but it's kind of loosely connected. So this is the pair over here. I don't know whether this Nike swoosh has some kind of wear away material, because the outline of it does look red, and it could just be the outline. It's hard to tell, but one thing is for certain from these images, you can see that that midsole is very, very sailed out, and I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it. You know, sometimes the whole, you know, sail midsole thing can be done tastefully, where it's not like super sail, but this looks like a little bit too much. I think these things are pretty solid. Honestly, I do have a feeling they're probably gonna hit the sale racks or just, you know, hang around on the app. Oh yeah, take a look at this. We got some more images. You can see this is wear away, which is pretty interesting. So if there's some kind of like, you wear it away in a nice way where it's not just solid red and it has some of that black in there, I think this could look pretty sick. Now, as far as the release date, these should be dropping the 1st of February, and then I imagine the 4s and the 3s shortly after, but we'll have to wait and see. One more detail that I actually missed, take a look at the Wings logo. I hardly even noticed that. So on the left, I think it is, you've got Nike Air branding, and then over here you've got Air Jordan. So this pair of shoes has to be part of the Rare Air pack. This one's pretty interesting. So Cenat and Nike have teamed up. They've been kind of partners for a while now. They announced it, I believe, earlier this year, and they finally just revealed their first shoe together, I think. So Cenat and Dot Swoosh in particular revealed the Nike Air Max 1 Low Poly. So this is actually going to have an October 8th release, and I say this is a collaboration, I think, because it could just be a fact of like, this shoe exists and then Cenat kind of did some of the marketing for it. I don't think it's particularly his signature shoe or anything like that. He streamed an unboxing where he just opened them up, and as you can see, low poly is for like, I guess, where like it's not rendered fully. It's hard to see from these blurry screenshots, but you can kind of see a little bit of a better image over here where it's going to look very like angular. A lot of the normal like kind of consistent lines are going to have jagged edges, but it does just take on the regular, you know, Air Max 1, the red and the gray and the white. So how this release is going to go down, pre-orders for the Nike Air Max 1 Low Poly will kick off at 9 a.m. PST on October the 8th, exclusively through the Dot Swoosh platform. They're going to be priced at $150, and they are pre-orders, which means the shipping window is 3 to 4 months post the release. All right, we finally have an actual release date for these freaking Adidas shoes. So this is the Adidas Aruku. Now this colorway, really not my thing, but I'm just trying to say we've got 3 different colorways dropping on October the 1st. So this is one of them. These are $140, and the only reason I bring these things up is because they look insanely comfortable. They've got this new Adidas swirl foam cushioning technology, which is like nitrogen injected foam. And then the other 2 colorways of this sneaker model is currently up on the Adidas website. Why is that blowing it out so much? It's there. I turned down the brightness so you can actually see them. But yeah, the Adidas Adizero Aruku shoes, they're dropping October the 1st. Also on the 1st is probably the best colorway I've seen of the Adidas Los Angeles Runner, the Fear of God collaboration. These things are looking real nice. Now we all know the Fear of God Adidas whole collaboration kind of it kind of flopped, let's be honest. A lot of it went on sale. People weren't really feeling the price tags, but I will say that the sneakers are good. So if you haven't tried any of the sneaker models, and particularly you like the style of this one, this is a nice one. It's probably one that I'm gonna try and grab. Now, this is also an October 1st release, $170, which, yeah, it's not the best, but considering it's a Fear of God collaboration, it could have been a lot worse, especially if you see the clothing prices. Maybe there's gonna be some clothing along with this, we're not entirely sure, but we do know that this pair of sneakers is dropping, and I guess it's worth noting that this potentially could go on sale. We just got official images of the upcoming Air Jordan 14 Black Toe. These are gonna be dropping in November, and here you go. These are the best looks yet because they're actually official, no blurry early images. So this is pretty good. I think the last time these things retroed was about a decade ago, I think 2014, and then I think before that was like 2005, 2006, and now they're going to be dropping again a decade later on the 23rd of November. Let me know what you think about this, but let's keep it moving. We got some official images of the upcoming exclusive Nike Air Max 95 Erosion. Exclusive, I mean to the Nike sneakers app. This is going to be some kind of like sneakers app, sneaker collaboration. So it's not an Air Max Day release, which I think it should have been, but it is going to have some kind of, you know, sneakers app branding on it, which is really weird, like how Nike has found a way to even brand their app on a pair of shoes. So the way that this colorway is like the medial side is a different color to the outside. So this is not two mismatched pair of shoes. They're both the same, but this outside looks a little bit more purple and kind of pinkish, and then the inside is brown. So you can see it a little bit closer over here, where like this top down shot, you can see the brown is on the inside and then the purple is on the outside. It's a nice colorway. It's interesting. Let me try and show you some of the branding that's on here for the sneakers app. It's pretty subtle. You just get it on the insole and then of course the box. And these are going to be dropping just at some point very soon. There's no official release date. We also just got some better, probably the best looks yet at the upcoming black metallic reimagined Jordan 5. And these things are looking nice. So yeah, you can very clearly see that 3M piping. I'm pretty sure this was taken with the flash, but you can see the suede, you can see the shape, you can see the extras that you get. Where's that little hang tag? Over here. Yep, there's the little extra hang tag. You can see the white laces. I wonder if they're going to add like black laces in with this pair of shoes as well. They typically don't do that with Jordan 5, so I doubt it. They're going to have their full family size run drop on February the 8th. Maybe there's going to be some exclusive access before then, but yeah, another 2025 release. We also got much better images of the Air Jordan 4 Fear, which is going to be dropping November the 9th this year, and here's a little look at them. You can see that they come with that Fear packaging, or the special packaging, and then the shoes themselves. Pretty solid. I don't know how this release is going to go. People didn't really feel the Fear 3s. I wonder if the 4s are going to have a different story. I don't know. It's really hard to say because I look at these things and I'm like, yeah, they're going to fly. It's a retro of a classic Fear 4, but then again, Amama and Yer just didn't sell out their release, so I don't know. 4s at this moment are kind of in the air whether they're gonna fly off shelves or not. But let me know what you think of these. Are they trash? Are they outlet bound like this guy is saying, or is this a must cop for you? Very minuscule update on another pair of 2025 sneakers, the Black Cat 4. So this was a big deal. Everybody was super excited when they found out that we're getting the Black Cat 4s back, which is really random that we're getting them back, by the way, because they only just dropped in 2020. We're gonna be getting these things again, and people love the Black Cat 4s, so maybe that's why they're retroing them. The only update that we have from the initial post of, yeah, they're dropping in 2025 is that they're going to have that different shape and then more comfortable. So I assume they're going to follow a similar line to like the SB4s. However, they've updated the Jordan 4 shape and comfort recently where they make a puffier ankle area and tongue, but that's pretty much it. And then for anybody who missed the previous episodes when we talked about this, Black Cat 4s are dropping next year. Here's a really interesting one. Is Nike back? Are they really doing some cool things to pick up the pieces and respond to everybody saying how, you know, down bad they are right now? It looks like they're making some significant movements in the right direction. So first of all, they got rid of John Donahoe. They fired that, or well, he stepped down. He didn't get fired. They replaced him with Elliot, who has 32 years of Nike history of working within the company. So he's like an OG. He knows what Nike's all about. And now they're bringing another man back. Frank Cook is returning to Nike and Jordan Brand. So if you don't know who Frank Cook is, he's another veteran at Nike and Jordan Brand. He left in 2018. So when he was actually with Jordan Brand, he worked on projects like the Nigel Sylvester Air Jordan 1, the Air Jordan 1 not for resale, the Air Jordan 1 Top 3, and the Travis Scott Air Jordan 4, which I don't think ever released. And then the last one is the Off-White Nike, the 10 collection. So he had some kind of hand in all of these different projects, which are probably some of the biggest projects Nike has ever done in terms of like collaboration collaborations and different special releases. He made a post talking about it. He said, "I'm not saying I'm the one you'll trust to do it, but I'm going to attempt to restore the feeling, be considerate of the current state of the industry, and have a whole lot of fun while doing it." So yeah, he's back at Nike, and it just looks like, you know, it kind of feels like Nike is bringing back like all of the people that left or they got rid of, and they're trying to have a new strategy for how they're going to handle the whole comeback and just re-engaging people in the lore of Nike and getting people excited about Nike products again. So it'll be interesting to see where this goes and how they change things in 2025 and years forwards. I think a step in the right direction. We'll see what Nike can bring to the table. I want to know from you, what do you think down in the comment section? Is Nike back? Right, I know some of you guys really want to know about this Hello Kitty collaboration that's coming up. We got 2 Adidas shoes. The Hello Kitty Adidas Adistar cushion is dropping October 1st. Nothing too crazy with this one, just a bunch of bows on an Adistar. Now the Adistar model is solid, it's very comfortable, it's a really good looking retro sneaker. So does this Hello Kitty collab do it for you? Or maybe you're more into the mainstream and you want a pair of gazelles. We got a pair of those for you. So this one actually has the Hello Kitty little like face thing on the corner. I don't know if they got that from Dunks, but that seems to be the place where Dunks always put their little collaboration thing. And then pressed into the leather is all of those little Hello Kitty bows. So these are also going to be an October 1st release. You can see all of the little details on these things. And now it's your time to let me know down in the comment section. You going to be going for these? Quick little reminder of the Oregon University, or the University of Oregon Nike Dunk Low What the Ducks of a Feather. We've got an official release date, October the 11th. And the important thing to keep in mind is, unlike other Dunk releases, this is only going to be dropping through 2 places. Oh yeah, and it's also going to be limited to just 5,000 pairs. So if you want these things, you better be up on your game. So the first release is going to be taking place at Flight Club locations on October the 5th. I assume this is in store, but maybe check their socials or their website for more details. And then the second other release is going to be happening on the GOAT app on December the 11th. That is it. These are very limited. They are very exclusive. So if you want to get your hands on these things, just remember those 2 key dates, October 5th, October the 11th. Very small leak again, but we got to talk about the Supreme Jordan Brand collaboration, which could be happening any week now. We kind of have seen little leaks of different things that are going to be included with this, but it looks like we've got the first look at one of the pieces that is going to be part of this. It's some kind of jersey, and it's brown and like some kind of olive color. It looks pretty cool, but it's got the 23 logo on it, or the 23 numbers on it, and that also includes some sweatpants over here. This is the first looks at the upcoming Jordan and Supreme collaboration. Sticking with Supreme, of course, we got to talk about the brand new leak that we just got. There is in fact going to be a Supreme Nike SB Dunk Low collab expected to drop in 2025. So 2025 is cooked at this point. There is so many releases. I would just start saving up right now. But here we go. We've got actual looks at all of these, so we know kind of the colors, although they're very secretive little shots. So we got this one over here, which the main thing you can see is that you've got 94 embroidery on the back. So like typically where, you know, Nike SBs have their branding right on the heel. And then we've got the other 2 colorways. So there's going to be 3 as part of this collaboration. This one over here, which you can kind of see maybe some kind of velvet material, but at the same time could just be suede. It looks blue and maybe some kind of like tan color or sail. That could look really cool. And then this final one is looking very cool. It looks like some kind of grayish black color, the 94 text on the back, and then a red sock liner. So probably some kind of black and red Dunk Low. I just think it's cool that they're doing these colors, which seem, you know, like pretty toned down from the last Supreme SB Dunk that we got. Those are the only leaks that we have. I expect we get some more information very soon, so I will update you as soon as we get those updates. Speaking of 2025 releases, the good Lord giveth and the good Lord taketh away. The Air Jordan 1 Retro Low Rust Pink has been cancelled. So I believe this was a 2025 release. I'm not entirely sure. I think this was one of those ones that I got really confused by, because I was like, I swear this pair of shoes just released. Never mind, it is cancelled. I'm sorry, I don't know what to say, but they are canceling quite a few 2025 releases, and we're just getting, you know, one almost every single week. So we'll see what else they cancel. All right, this one is so freaking funny, hilarious, crazy at the same time. It's the Kendrick Lamar Air Force 1 situation. So I don't know if you guys saw this, but Kendrick Lamar released a brand new song through Instagram, and the cover art for that song was this pair of Air Force 1s. Now, this is some cooked Air Force 1. Looks like it's been through some real shit shit that we probably don't even want to know about. But the funny thing is that people actually found out where this image came from, and it was actually an eBay listing which was up there for $70. Now somebody quickly snatched it up, they sold for $70, but then the couple that actually listed these things realized what was going on. Their phone started blowing up. They were like, yo, Kendrick Lamar just used the cover art, this massive. So they canceled the order that this person just bought on eBay for $70. They're like, hell no. They relisted them for $75,000. Not only that, but they also made merch for it. So they started printing t-shirts with this image on it and selling it on their eBay for $45 a pop. Now, I think this is absolutely insane. Do you think this couple is being greedy, or are they super smart? All right, we got a little bit of Yeezy news. We've got Ye just announced a brand new album, which is pretty exciting, except for the fact that we know we're probably never gonna get it. Let's be honest here. So Ye has been doing his performances out in China, his listening parties, and he just announced he's working on a new solo album, and it's gonna be titled Bully. So this is his brand new song called Beauty and the Beast. So in my opinion, that snippet sounds really, really dope. It sounds phenomenal. It sounds like we're taking a step away from the Vultures era that was going on, which in my opinion is a pretty good thing. The Vultures 1 and 2 kind of came and went for me. Didn't really get into it like a typical Ye album, so I think this could be pretty solid. It's called Bully. We'll have to wait and see if the entire album sounds like this, but just note we're getting some more Ye music, and of course along with that we should be getting a lot more clothing and Yeezy products very, very soon as well. So as we spoke about in the past, we know that there's an entire drop just kind of waiting to happen. We've got like new jackets, new t-shirts, a whole new kind of look at different products. We got the Yeezy shades, the ones that were actually supposed to drop, not the Yeezy Gap ones. We got hoodies, pretty solid ones. We got like, you know, 3/4 zips. We got like quality stuff all for $20, which is pretty crazy. A jacket for $20, you cannot go wrong. Shades for $20. All of this stuff should be dropping very, very soon. So we've got the album on the way and a bunch of new products, which will all drop on Yeezy.com. As soon as we get any more updates on that, I will let you guys know. But most importantly, subscribe to the channel so I can always keep you in the loop with all of the latest updates. And if you want to check out another video, all you gotta do is click that one right over there.